There's something ancient in the stare. Before language, before God, before guilt. You knew what someone meant by how they looked at you. You could sense the hunt, the threat, the desire, the betrayal before the knife even left the cloak. The first humans didn't speak much, but they didn't need to, because if someone's pupils shrank when they looked at you, or their eyes locked too long on your food or your lover, you knew. Not with your brain, with your blood. Today we scroll, we filter, we hide, but the eyes still haven't evolved. They're the last honest thing we have, the final leak in the system. And no matter how hard you try to perfect your presence, one look too long or one flicker too fast and your mask glitches. The eyes aren't just windows to the soul, they're mirrors, and you can't control what other people see in them. You can only learn to see first. Your micro expressions, the millisecond your gaze breaks under pressure, those are autonomic responses, controlled by your sympathetic nervous system, not your conscious mind. In high-stakes interrogations, agents are trained to track what's called a baseline blink rate. Stress makes it spike, fear makes the eyes widen. Deception often causes pupil dilation. Not because the liar is excited, but because lying is metabolically expensive. Your body literally burns more energy to maintain a false reality. The eyes react because the brain starts leaking. That's why in a study by Vri et al., 2001, trained lie detectors caught deception faster when they focused on eye behavior over verbal analysis. Humans evolved to have visible sclera at the whites of our eyes. No other primate does. Why? Because it makes our gaze direction more readable. We evolved to track each other's attention, to know when someone is looking at us, at food, at danger, or away. From birth, babies prefer faces, and even before they can talk, they respond to eye contact with increased oxytocin levels, the hormone of bonding. Eye contact is primal, and most people feel it before they understand it. I've lied too. And the mirror caught me faster than any person ever did. The worst part of lying isn't what people believe, it's what your eyes remember. Because they saw you say it, even if no one else did. And when you look back at yourself the next day, that same body part, the eyes, will be the part that doesn't let you off the hook. Reading eyes isn't about control, it's about presence. When you walk into a room and actually see people, not just their clothes or their status or their role in the group, but the unspoken rhythm of their gaze, you get power. Not manipulative power, protective power. You stop falling for fake apologies. You stop second-guessing your gut. You start noticing who's afraid to be seen. You start knowing who's lying, not to you, but to themselves. I've seen people lie with perfect words. Calm, collected, clean. But their eyes, glitching. Quarter-second delay before blinking. A shift to the right when they should be processing memory, not fiction. I've seen lovers say, "I'm fine," with eyes that scream, "Don't walk away yet." I've seen tough guys hold eye contact just a little too long, not out of confidence, but because they think dominance is in the stare, not in the silence. I've seen girls say, "I'm not sure," while their pupils widened, as if they'd already made a decision and didn't want you to break it. Most people leak before they speak, and the ones who don't usually aren't lying, they're dissociating. Seduction isn't just about looking at someone, it's about seeing them before they expect to be seen, and making them enjoy the exposure. In women, the eye is a sensor and a stage. It picks up rhythm, it calculates confidence, and then it performs, only if the audience is worthy. When a woman finds someone attractive, the seduction rarely starts with physical touch. It starts with the hesitation, the lingering second before a glance is broken, the downward glance, the raised eyebrow, the look over the shoulder and back. And when she's seducing, she controls pace. Seduction through the eyes is a dance of contradiction. Look, then look away. Invite, then retreat. Reveal, then vanish. Every flicker is a breadcrumb, and the right man will follow them without needing a map. But here's what's rarely said. Women often seduce with their receptivity, not their pursuit. It's the openness in the gaze, the way she lets you see something true for half a second, and then closes a curtain. A kind of visual vulnerability used like a knife with no handle. You either hold it right or get cut. The most powerful seductresses don't necessarily look hot in the obvious sense. They look awake, charged, unbothered. Their eyes aren't asking you to like them. They're telling you they've already read you. That's why confident women often feel intimidating to men who aren't grounded. Because the eyes don't seduce the unsure, they burn through them. And those who can hold their gaze without trying to dominate it, those are the ones they remember. That's how mutual seduction begins, a war between two gazes, both calm, both knowing, both curious enough to wait. You weren't born with them, but you can train them. The kind of eyes that make a woman double take don't come from genetics. They come from how you see the world, and how you let the world see you. Stillness. Still eyes signal presence. When a man doesn't flick his gaze constantly, when he can hold a moment without breaking it, a woman feels that. It communicates something primal. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm not chasing. I'm just here. Fully. Stillness doesn't mean staring. It means being calm even behind the eyes. Meditation helps. So does breathing deeper. You train your nervous system, and your eyes will follow. Intensity without aggression. Intensity comes from conviction, not anger. A sharp, focused gaze with slightly furrowed brows and relaxed tension says, I see you. I want you. But I don't need to impress you. It's the kind of look that doesn't blink when someone else postures. That holds the beat just a little too long, not to scare, but to signal depth. You can train this with camera work. Film yourself looking directly into a lens. Practice holding emotion in your face without changing expression. You'll find your true resting presence. Directional gaze control. Most people scan. They twitch. They follow too much. But women notice when a man chooses where to look and when. Learn to look slowly. From her lips to her eyes. From her left eye to her right. If your eyes move with deliberate rhythm, she feels you're in control. That's power, not in words, but in tempo. Dilated pupils in emotional sync. You can't fake pupil dilation, but you can put yourself in the right emotional states. Excitement, admiration, anticipation, even just being present. These moments literally dilate your pupils, and they feel primal to whoever's watching. It's a subconscious cue. You're feeling something real. Train your empathy and aliveness, and your eyes will follow. Soft eyes when it counts. The ability to soften your gaze without losing masculinity is rare. A man who can go from intense to soft, from protector to poet, will pierce through emotional walls. It's not just about looking at her. It's about letting her feel safe to be seen.